How do we break through the invisible wall? The problem: CUDA Lock-in. For over a decade, the AI world has spoken one language: CUDA. NVIDIA didn't just build the best chips. They built a proprietary software ecosystem that acted like a digital moat. If you were a developer at a major bank or a healthcare provider, your entire codebase was written in CUDA. Moving to AMD hardware wasn't just a hardware switch. It was a multi-million-dollar software rewrite project. Historically, AMD's response was hardware first. They produced the Instinct MI series chips, hardware that, on paper, often rivaled or beat NVIDIA's A100s and H100s. But without the software bridge, those chips sat idle in data centers. Enterprise CIOs were trapped. According to the 2025 CIO Pulse Tracker, 67% of technology leaders cited software immaturity as the primary reason they wouldn't diversify their AI hardware. Even if they wanted to switch, they couldn't afford the downtime. The solution: the Brium acquisition. In June 2025, AMD made a move that signaled a total shift in philosophy. They acquired Brium, a stealth mode startup with fewer than a dozen employees but a massive mission: to make AI software hardware-agnostic. This wasn't just another talent hire. It was the acquisition of a translation engine that could finally bridge the gap. Inside the tech: the compiler revolution. How Brium works. To understand Brium, you have to understand the compiler layer. Most AI tools today are reactive. They wait for the code to be written and then try to translate it. Brium is different. They specialize in end-to-end inference optimization. Brium's technology sits above the hardware but below the application. It optimizes the entire inference stack before the model even touches a chip. By using advanced compiler techniques, Brium can take a large language model, like Llama 3, and remap its mathematical instructions so they speak AMD's native language perfectly. The performance proof: we've seen the benchmarks. In tests running Llama 3.18b, the Brium inference platform reduced time to first token, TTFT, significantly compared to standard industry solutions like VLLM or SG-Lang on AMD hardware. On an MI210, Brium's stack completed requests in less than half the time of its competitors. Precision formats: MX, FP4, and FP6. Brium also brought expertise in microscaling, MX, formats. These are the next generation of data precision, FP4 and FP6. Think of these as ultra-efficient shorthand for AI math. By enabling AMD chips to handle these formats natively at the compiler level, Brium ensures that the latest, most efficient models run on AMD with the same power-saving benefits previously exclusive to NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture. The three pillars: Brium versus ROCm and HIP, defining the stack. It's important to distinguish Brium from AMD's existing tools because they serve very different roles in the deep dive master sheet. ROCm, the foundation. This is the basement. It's the open-source alternative to the CUDA platform, providing the drivers and low-level libraries. HIP, the bridge. HIP is a translation tool. It's like a dictionary. You take your CUDA code, you HIPify it, and it outputs code that runs on AMD technology. It's effective, but it's manual labor. Brium, the intelligence. Brium is the autopilot. It doesn't just translate, it optimizes. It allows developers to work in high-level frameworks like OpenAI Triton or PyTorch, and it handles the heavy lifting of making that code run efficiently on AMD Instinct GPUs without the developer ever needing to learn a new language. Open-source synergy. Brium isn't building a new walled garden. Their team is immediately contributing to neutral, open-source projects like Shark, IRE, and Wave DSL. This is AMD's judo move. Instead of trying to build a better version of NVIDIA's closed ecosystem, they are helping build a world where no one is locked into a single vendor. Section 4. Strategic impact. The enterprise shift. The Brium acquisition is a tactical strike on NVIDIA's enterprise dominance. For a CIO, the biggest risk isn't performance, it's portability. If you build your entire AI strategy on NVIDIA today, you are a hostage to their ecosystem, pricing, and supply chain. Brium provides an escape hatch. By making it easy to run software intended for NVIDIA on AMD hardware, AMD is effectively removing the risk of switching. Vertical integration. Brium has already proven its worth in high-value industries. They successfully ported the Deep Graph Library, DGL, to the AMD Instinct platform, a critical tool for healthcare and life sciences. This means researchers working on drug discovery can now move their workloads to AMD clusters seamlessly. Whether it's finance, manufacturing, or generative AI, Brium is the grease in the gears that makes the transition possible. Conclusion. The path to $1 trillion. AMD's acquisition of Brium, combined with their recent purchases of Silo AI and Nod AI, reveals a massive $125 billion investment in AI software talent over the last 2 years. They are no longer just a chip company, they are an AI systems company. The goal is clear: to offer a credible, open, and high-performance alternative to NVIDIA. By solving the portability challenge, Brium allows AMD to compete on what they do best, price to performance and energy efficiency, without being held back by a software gap. NVIDIA built the first era of AI on a proprietary moat. AMD is building the second era on a bridge. With Brium technology, the invisible wall has finally come down. The hardware choice is now back in the hands of the developers,